So this type of information, the type of information about conditions of those deceased, about where they came from, this is not something that the International Committee of the Red Cross speaks to publicly. We share this information when and if we receive it with the local health authorities. But as part of our direct discussions with the parties, this is the type of information we would share between them rather than publicly, which could lead to speculation. It could be incorrect. It is something that we unfortunately don't go into publicly, and we would take this and share this directly with any of the authorities, any of the respective authorities. Since the 7th of October 2023, the International Committee of the Red Cross was denied access to all Israeli places of detention. So we have no further information at this time. We, of course, continue our discussions with the detaining authorities in Israel in order to regain this access so that we can visit those who are detained, we can assess their conditions, and we can reconnect them with their families who also have not heard from them in over 2 years. But at this time, this is part of our confidential discussion with the detaining authorities, and unfortunately, we have no further information. The International Committee of the Red Cross is aware of the reports of conditions of deceased Palestinians. The role of the International Committee of the Red Cross begins when our staff receive the human remains. And we do everything possible to transfer the deceased to the local health and forensic authorities in Gaza in a dignified manner. Any concerns that we have are discussed directly with the parties to this conflict and directly with the releasing authorities of those human remains. We work this way to ensure that our neutrality is kept, which is the reason that we are the organization who is able to conduct these transfer operations, because we are trusted by both parties, and for the privacy of the families, many of whom are still waiting to hear whether their loved one is included in the remains that are being transferred back. In the release and transfer operations, the role of the International Committee of the Red Cross is one of a neutral intermediary. We are our teams on the ground receive in these specific cases, the human remains and transfer them to our care. We have brought in equipment such as refrigerated vehicles, specialized staff in forensics, and then we transfer them to the local health and forensic authorities inside of Gaza. So these authorities are the ones who will conduct the identification, who will contact the family members once, if or when the identification process is finalized. But the International Committee of the Red Cross, we are there to support with technical guidance as requested. However, it is the responsibility of parties to conflicts all around the world, wherever we work, to ensure that human remains of those who have been killed in the conflict or died in this conflict, searched for and extracted as needed, and then for the identification process and family contacts to occur.